welcome back. Today we are beginning a new project in the solo survival series, and we are going to be attempting to build a golf course. In today's video, we're going to begin by testing out a bunch of different things that have to work in order for this project to even be worth building in the first place. Then, assuming all of our experiments go to plan, we will begin building an actual golf course that is playable. If you haven't noticed, I'm carrying a torch in my hand, and the reason for that is because the first test we have to try is with this. If you guys have played this game even remotely, you'll know that there's no golfing mechanic in the game. You can't swing a golf club. You can't really do anything related to that. The only thing even remotely close to golfing in this game is this ball right here, but that is just a little bit too big to be a golf ball. And that is why I currently have a torch in my hand, because if you didn't know, you can actually throw these pretty far, and I think that this is what we're going to use as our golf ball. There is one test I need to do first, and I believe that the first hole for this golf course will be right around here on the floor. So I need to test to see how far you can actually throw these things. So if I just stand still and throw it up in the air, it goes that far. What if I throw it higher? Let's see. If I throw it higher, it goes a shorter distance, and then what if I jump? Does that go further? Yo, that goes way further. Okay, let's do one more. I'm gonna do a running throw, and let's see how far that goes. That went even further. Okay, so there's multiple different distances that you can do, and that's kind of my myth confirmed. If torches weren't in the game, I don't think there would be a way for us to play golf, but since there is, I think there's a possibility that we can do it. The next thing we need to test is how we're gonna build the hole that we can throw the torches into, and I believe that I want the first hole to be right around here, and I don't want to build it with a brute in my way, so excuse me for a moment while I take care of business. And there we go. Honestly, I've been needing brute skills. I've been running pretty low on them, so I'll actually take this and go put it in my chest. But only after we test out the green. So we need to build a green, and like I said, we need to build a hole. So let's try this out. The way we're actually going to do this is by building a sideways wall, because I think that that'll be a little bit better. So let's try to do this real quickly. So let's see if we still remember how to do this. And I think I already messed up. We can't use that. Okay, let's try this out. So what we got to do is break this, and then this thing should fall onto its side. There we go. Next thing we're going to do is just push it into this corner so it's sort of aligned on the world grid. And just like that, we can now break these. And if all went according to plan, I can pull out the wall that I want to use. And it is this one right here, because this is the only green wall that I found in the game. But what we've got to do is just put one separate of this cube. So now we can break both of these, and we can push this cube over to the side for a later date, just in case we need it again. And we can get started on building out our first green. And here we are. This is the first green that we built. It's completely a concept, and I'm probably going to end up destroying this and rebuilding it because it is pretty ugly. But we're going to use this very quickly for a temporary test. And as you can see, we have a hole here in the middle of the green. If you didn't know, golf is very simple. All you got to do is make it into the hole in the least amount of shots. For the sake of our game, the shots are going to be throwing a torch. So this would be one shot here, and I just got a hole in one. But that felt a little bit too easy. So what I'm going to do instead is actually come over here and put one last wall piece on this build, and it's going to be this one right here. It's like a little rebel window, and as you can see, it is a tinier hole, and it should be harder to get the torch in. Like, oh, okay, wait, hang on, it might be too hard. Is that even possible? All right, let's pretend I'm golfing. I come up to the hole. Yeah, no, that's basically impossible. I don't know what's going on. But I believe if instead of this way, I flip it over and put it like this, I should be able to. Let's test this. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay, so it is possible. It's definitely more difficult, but that's also kind of what I want for this golf course. I don't want it to be super, super easy. I have some amazing ideas for a creative layout for this golf course. So yeah, we're going to be going through and building all of that today. So if you guys are new and you're excited for this video, or you just want to stay up to date on all things Lego Fortnite, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. But with all that being said, we got a lot to build today, and we're starting with a clubhouse. If you don't know anything about golf, a lot of this is probably going to be a little confusing, but but I'm going to break it down as we build our things today. But the clubhouse is the most important building on a golf course because it's where you go to pay, it's where you check in for your round, and it's also where you rent golf carts. We've got to basically make a clubhouse that's fully functional so we can check in for our rounds, and also, you know, like I said, check out some golf carts so you can drive around the course while you play. Let's take it one thing at a time though. Let's clear out this area because we've got a better use for this now. And we've cleared out quite a bit, but as you can tell, we left a lot of the little nature areas because I feel like it kind of fits the golf course vibe. When you're golfing, there's always a lot of trees and nature and greenery around you. So yeah, it'd be dumb to just cut all of this down right off the bat, but we have enough area here where I think we could get a good start on our clubhouse building. Like I said, this is the beginning of your golf course experience. You drive right up to the front and you'll walk in right here. I'm not going to make this build too large, but I do want to make it feel really, really classic. Golf courses are pretty old school, so I feel like I need to fit that vibe a little bit. Let's see what we can do. Okay, and I know it's a pretty random time to interrupt that time lapse, but I wanted to get ahead and actually just show you guys what we've built. So, as you can see right in front of us here, we have our clubhouse, aka our pro shop, where you check in, and I'm actually on the back side of it right now, so let me walk around to the front. And here we are. So this is what the front of the clubhouse looks like. In my opinion, it's really, really nice. I broke this tree, but it grew back, which is actually totally fine because the entire vibe of the nature over here is really fitting. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of the way the trees kind of blend into this environment. Anyway, let's step into the front of the clubhouse where you'll find, first off, a cash register where you can go ahead and check in for your round. You get to pay here, and then of course you write down your name when you rent out a cart. Also in this clubhouse, if you take a look around, you'll see a tiny little pro shop where you can buy some outfits before you play your round of golf, and then you can also come over here and kind of just sit and hang out while you wait for your round. But whoa. Oh my, okay, that was trippy. Anyway, that's basically the entire clubhouse. If you go out this way, there's just more food and dining areas, so you can sit out here and kind of watch the players come in because this is where the first green is going to be. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'll show you guys the first hole in a second, but only after we come out this way. And as you can see here, we have a little cart path, which if you don't play golf, you might not know this, but you drive a golf cart on a cart path the entire time. That's why there's a barn behind us. So if we head over this way, you'll see that this area is pretty rugged and, you know, it's not completely cleaned up, but that's okay because it is the barn. Like I said, if you open this up, this is where all of our golf carts are going to be stored. And then when a player checks in for the round of golf, they can come over here, check out a cart, and then drive it up onto the cart path in this way to their actual first hole of golf. But before we get to the hole of golf, there's one thing I forgot to mention. If we come back in here and you check in, you also get clubs from, you know, behind the desk here. I found this in the wall decorations, and I really think these look like golf clubs, so I hung some up here, and I also put some more over here because obviously you can't golf without clubs, and those are just imaginary clubs. You can't actually bring them anywhere, but it's more of the aesthetic. Definitely fits the theme, and I really like that wall art. But walking away from the clubhouse and pretending that we have a cart, which we haven't built them yet, we'll come up here and we will be met with the first hole of golf. I didn't say this in the intro, but I'm a big golf fan, so this is really fun for me to do, and I'm probably going to spontaneously be stopping by here since it is close to my other villages. But let's play a hole of golf, shall we? There's a few things that I've been experimenting with off camera, which I'm going to show you right now, although I only have 2 torches and I don't know where the other ones went. But let me just show you guys what I've been messing around with and how I figured out the best way to play golf in this game currently is, in my opinion. So again, if you've never played golf, I'm going to explain a few things to you. First off, these are the tee markers. In other words, you cannot throw your torch from anywhere in front of these 2 tee markers. So if I were to throw my torch towards the hole here, I would be cheating because I'm in front of the tee markers. So if we step here and we just go ahead and throw this up in the sky, you'll see that it'll bounce a few times and then it'll stop somewhere down in the grass up there. But what I tried experimenting more with was the running jump throws and also just the running throws and everything in between. I basically found the best method to throw your torch far, and it's simply running and throwing it. So what you got to do if you want to get maximum power off of your tee box, aka your first shot, you're going to walk like this, look up in the sky and throw it before you cross the line. And then after further investigation, that was my first one and that was my second one. So the second one one is just a little bit further, but I need to redo that. Let's pick this up again. I swear that was just a bad throw. Attempt number 2, I gotta hit it further. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be completely wrong. So let's throw it like that, and let's see. And there we go. That was a much better throw. So this was the standing still throw right here. And then up here is the running throw. That's just a random little thing I've learned. And as I invite people to play me in a 1v1, they're gonna have to know that. And yes, we're gonna be inviting guests to play us only once the course is finished. But anyway, let's continue on this first hole, which is definitely not done yet, but I can go ahead and just try to get one on the green. So we throw it and we miss the green. Anyway, the rules of the golf off the tee are very simple. You just walk up to where your torch is, you pick it up, and you throw your next one from there. And just like that, we got in the hole in 3 shots. That's pretty good. I'm not too sure how I'm going to score this course yet, but 3 shots is pretty solid. I mean, that's really the best you can do. Unless you get lucky from your shot up there. I mean, it's going to be pretty hard to get a 2. But the main reason I interrupted my time lapse was because I wanted to show you guys me building out the first green on camera, because like I said, it's not finished, but it's very close to being done. And I've been having so much fun building this golf course, if you couldn't tell. I mean, I haven't had a build project on this scale in a long time, and this one is going to get huge. I don't know how many holes on this course there are going to be yet, but just believe me that it's going to be a pretty big project. Anyway, we're basically done. We're going to go ahead and put this last little piece right here for the corners of the greens. And there we go. There's only one more thing that we have to do on this green to complete it, and some of you might know what that is, but I feel like it's a pretty special moment, so I'm gonna wait till the daytime. For the time being, there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys, and it's the concession stand outside. So like I said, once you're done with your round of golf, you can come up here and grab some food at one of these tables and get a view of the players that are playing the course, which I thought was a pretty neat addition to the build. And to come back through this place one more time, just because, you know, I did go through it pretty quickly when I gave you guys the initial tour. If you come out this way, which is actually right behind the counter, so this is kind of the worker's door right here, but if you walk out this way, you'll see that you are in this back area. There's still no staircase, so you just gotta jump over the railing. But once you're here, you got this shed. Speaking of which, I actually need to add one more thing right here, which I'll do in a moment. But other than that, you have a crafting bench that I still need to upgrade here, and then you just got some tools on your shelves to work on the cart barn, because the cart barn is right next to it. Like I said, all of our carts are gonna go in here. Up here, we'll probably start storing batteries and things of the sorts, so you know, if our carts are ever running low or they ever break, we can go ahead and repair them. But I said there was one more thing I needed to put here, and it's actually a compost bin. That way we can make batteries right in our shed. I have a good feeling that I'm gonna end up putting a village square down here. Right here, you can't put another village square down, so I thought you wouldn't be able to anywhere, but I could actually leave a village square right around here. I'm not gonna do it yet, but when I do, I'm gonna actually assign villagers to work in the cart barn. I'm gonna assign one to work up there. This is gonna be such a good idea. I didn't even think about this initially, but I think it would be really cool to have villagers kind of roaming around the clubhouse to make it feel a little bit more alive, even if they're not actually playing golf. But we've successfully yapped our way through an entire night, and I did say during the daytime there was one more finishing touch I needed to do on this green right here, so let's get into it. And like I already said, some of you may have guessed what we're doing, but every single golf hole on Earth has a flag stick, and I'm sure most of you guys that have seen a golf course before know that. It's a pretty iconic feature of a golf course, so just like that, we have our flag stick in the hole. I do need to test this a little bit because I don't know if it's going to be too easy to make it in, and actually, you know what? Ooh, I actually kind of like that difficulty because it bounces off if you throw it too high. I thought it would just drop down. But yeah, after doing our testing, let's see. If I'm off the green and I throw it here, ooh, you actually have to kind of hit it perfectly. I like that a lot. So now our first green is done, but the first hole is still not complete. We're going to get into the details in a second here. But before we do, we got to go ahead and test out the course one more time. Let's go ahead and start with a nice tee shot that should go pretty far if I did it correctly. And I can't really tell how far that is. I think that's okay. But what we're going to go ahead and do is stand on our torch, aka our ball, and we're going to try to get it into the hole in 2 shots. Let's see if we can do it this time. Oh, wait, we did it. Okay, wait, maybe the flag stick made it a little too easy, or I'm just the best player on Earth. I don't know. Maybe we'll see when we actually get somebody in here to play us. And comment your suggestions for who that should be. Who do I need to invite to my world to 1v1 on my golf course? Let me know down in the comments. And I just realized before we can get on to the next part of our golf course build, we need vines. A lot of vines. Okay, and I think that we got all of the vines that we're gonna need. And the reason that I had to get all those vines in the first place might not be exactly what you expected, but I'll show you guys in just a moment. We're just gonna go ahead and hop in. Oh, Oh my, I didn't even realize there were trees there. Okay. I meant to say we were just gonna hop in our plane and fly back over the golf course, but I almost just ran into a set of trees instead. Anyway, now that we've got our torches, we gotta come over here to our crafting bench and make as many torches as we can. Okay, and that should be good. We got about 60 torches here. And no, we're not using the 60 torches to play golf right now because, you know, it's dark outside and we've still got to finish building this hole. So the next thing we have to do for our golf course is define the lines of where this hole is even played. For those of you who don't know, there are actually boundaries in which you can play your ball in a hole of golf, and we need to have the exact same thing over here. So for instance, if you throw your ball and it lands over on the cart path, we're gonna say that's out of bounds. The way that we're gonna do that is we're gonna come over here to columns and use this one from the battle pass. As you can see, these Wastelander columns have like bright blue X's on them and LED lights. So I can go ahead and just put them all like so. That way, when players are playing, they'll know that anything past these X's is technically out of bounds. And I think we got all of our out of bounds areas defined. Now we have a secluded area of land that we know is the markings of the golf course. Let's come back up here and let's play it one more time, more just because I think this is really fun to do, but also because we need to test it. So we're gonna go for a running throw just like that. And did I hit it far that time? I actually think that this one came up pretty short, but again, it's hard to tell, so I'm just gonna mark it for now. Let's see if I can make it in two once again. And oh, I think I did. Maybe with the flag, it's too easy. Again, we just got to experiment a bit more. But for the time being, this is a great first hole of golf. There's still a couple more things that I want to do with this golf course, but that's gonna have to be done off camera because I think we're gonna wrap up today's video here. Just a one hole golf course at the moment, and I'm not sure how many holes I'm actually gonna make this. I have some great ideas on how I can make some interesting holes, so I'm super excited to continue on this journey. And also, you know, like we said earlier, we've got the cart barn, so we got to get golf carts eventually too, right? All of that and so much more is going to be coming later. But yeah, if you guys made it all the way until the end and you enjoyed, be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you are new, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.